Welcome to Real Talk Wrestling. I'm your host, Josh. With me is the ultimate babyface. AEW is back, Mr. Chris Koffler. Yeah, repping it, right? Big matches coming up. Revolution this weekend. I know you know. Revolution this week. I don't know if it's going to be streaming on Max or not. I haven't really been watching, seriously, the content over on Wednesday nights and Saturday nights. So I hope Revolution is eventually on Max so we can watch it, Chris, together. Clutch is back. I won that bet. He was napping. As it is like what is it? I forget, 4 a.m. your time right now? What time is it?
No, it's 1 a.m.
1 a.m. Oh, that's not too bad. What are we doing? I'm just kidding. I kid. No,
We're hold on. Like 9 over here.
Hold on. I was gonna get to my whole elimination chamber story because I have a little bit of a story, not a big one, just a little bit of one. But you're back. Thank you so much for joining us. It's gonna be an amazing show because the elimination chamber was one of the coolest shows. How you been, Clutch?
Oh, good. I was so mad that I missed the preview show, but it's better to miss the preview show than miss the post show, apparently. So I'll take it.
Yeah, I was dead wrong on a lot of stuff, which is fine. It's fine. So, okay, as I was just making fun of the times, 8:30 is like my deadline. Seriously, it's been brought up on the show multiple times. On Saturday, it was no different. I watched. I was out in the sun all day long. Then I get back and do the pre-show with Bobby, and I'm thinking the whole time, 6 p.m. This is awesome. 6 p.m. This is awesome. Let's go. Because 6 to 9, that's like I'm pushing it at that like 8:30 to 9 spot, but I can make it. Bobby tells me, no. It's 6 Central, 7 Eastern. Okay, I got through the women's match. I got through everything up into the Sami Zayn match. That's when I said, okay, I got to cut it off. I can't focus because if I keep on watching, I'll just be hate watching. I will be upset. I'll be irritated. So I went to sleep at 8:30 at night. I woke up at 2 a.m. Multiple text messages. Oh my God. The emojis with the head blown off their face. Wow. Like at least 10 of these text messages. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. And I am assuming it has to deal with Elimination Chamber. I'm just assuming. So at 2 a.m. Sunday morning, your boy fires up the Peacock, and I watch it till 5 a.m. And I couldn't go back to sleep. It was incredible. It was one of the best, by far the best heel turns I've seen in years. I didn't even see it coming. And I'm the guy who likes to claim that I can see things coming. I went from very angry that John Cena won to very happy that John Cena won. So first off, Clutch, I'm going to go to you because I haven't talked to you in a while. Were you feeling somewhat the same way, or did you want John to win the whole way?
No, I was a John Cena fan the entire way. Even if he was going to be babyface the entire time, I would have gone for John Cena.
Now, was this one of the best heel turns? Because everyone's saying it. Is it the best heel turn?
It's the best heel turn definitely since Hogan. And I'm too young to know what Hogan was like, so.
Okay. Chris, I'm going to ask you the same question. I think you wanted Cena to win, I'm not sure. Were you indifferent?
I don't know that I wanted him to win. I just had a feeling he was going to win because of how big of a deal they were making it, that it was his last year ever. And when he didn't win the Rumble, that's when I was thinking he's got to win the Chamber. So I don't know. I didn't see a heel turn coming though. So that definitely took me by surprise. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, weren't we talking last week that if it did end up Cody Cena, who was going to play the heel, or was it going to be two baby faces, and we just kind of weren't sure which direction they were going to go, and now we got our answer pretty quickly.
Pretty quickly. What's going on, Justin, in the chat? He says it's the best since Hogan. I'm not gonna put this up there on top of Cena and Hogan, but Seth Rollins to me was very alarming at the time. Didn't see that one coming at all. That's also a good one, but it's nowhere near what Cena did because Cena, we wanted this for years. Now, I haven't been on the internet much lately, but I did hear some rumblings that they wanted Cody to turn, and he declined. He said no. Did anyone hear this?
No,
I did. I just then I saw the source and I was like,
okay.
Yeah, okay, no.
Okay, so it was not a good source. Okay.
It was Dave Meltzer. He hasn't been plugged into WWE in like 10 years.
He's been plugged in with Nick and Matt, and Nick and Matt are still friends with Cody. And things can get tough. I mean, I when it comes to something like that, Meltzer's like credibility goes up maybe 5% up from the 1% he was already at. So I'll give him a 6% chance that's correct. I don't know because that'd be interesting. John's last year, obviously. How long will he stay heel? Will he be heel the whole time? Will he eventually realize that selling his soul wasn't what this whole last year's about? That's the question. Is how long is this heel run going to last? The clutch. How long do you expect it to last, or do you want it to last the entire season, the entire year?
I don't think it's gonna go the entire year. Maybe until SummerSlam, and then you can start getting, I guess, a redemption angle to go all the way to the end of his career. And yeah, was it worth it, kind of thing. So yeah, that's where I think that this is headed.
Do you think Cena wins the title?
I'm at 80-20 that he does win the title.
Okay, Chris, I'm just gonna tell you. I think I told this to Bobby about 2-3 months ago when the rumors first happened about Cena winning. Whatever. I was like, if Cena is in this match, he can't lose. He has to beat Cody, especially now that he's a heel. Especially now that he has Dwayne behind him, the final boss. This is going to be a great uphill battle, and it's going to end with Cody taking that title back from John Cena. No one's going to hold this title besides John and Cody.
Yeah.
Dwayne, and I think that's the way it should go. I think Cody's the one who should take it back from him. In the last match, I don't know, but eventually down the road, Chris, do you think it should be his last match, John dropping the title to Cody, back to Cody? Or do you think he should drop it a little bit sooner than have his redemption story?
I was actually thinking the same thing as Clutch around SummerSlam time. We start to see a change happen. And I don't know, I don't know if it's going to be a redemption story or if this is him playing The Rock right now, and then he's going to turn on The Rock at some point down the road. And then finish out his career like, oh, I wasn't never really a heel. I was just playing The Rock, and I've really been a babyface this whole time, to kind of keep that whole image going. That's kind of where I think it's going to go.
So he's like, he's Tony Storm.
He's pretending. Yeah, he's pretending to be a heel right now. He's a double agent right now.
Why would he destroy Cody? Why would he kill Cody? Why would he let his eardrum get busted out?
Well, we'll find out in 6 months at SummerSlam.
Can we talk about that, Clutch? I know you're young. You're into the times. You know this Travis Scott guy. I think I've seen him in Fortnite once or two times here and there. I think he has some shoes. Do you think this is the end of random rappers joining in on the action? I'm being serious. Like, do you think this is the last time we see a celebrity or anything like that that's untrained, has no idea what they're doing? Just go do whatever you want. Like, because this is pretty serious. Like, you can't have guys doing this to talent.
I mean, especially the world champion.
Right?
But yeah, I don't think it's the last time we see celebrities or rappers or whatever. But I think they'll be more careful about it. Maybe them not getting as physical, or that wasn't even like a big physical spot. He just decided to whack him. I think like WWE saw how well Bad Bunny played out and was like, okay, we'll just keep doing it with other people. And they're realizing quickly that not everybody's Bad Bunny when it comes to getting into this. So yeah, it was surprising because I mean, I saw Travis Scott advertised. I didn't think he would be part of the biggest heel turn in history. But hey,
did you guys go back and look at the poster for Elimination Chamber?
Yes, it was literally Travis Scott, John Cena, and The Rock.
Yep.
It was
Did you
crazy.
see that, Josh?
I never saw that. And you know what? Even if I saw the poster, I wouldn't know who that was. I honestly like, is that a guy from NXT? I wouldn't know who that was. No, being serious though, clearly the marketing is aiming towards the younger people, Netflix. Like, I get it. I understand what they're doing. I have no problem with it. When he came out and they said it's Travis Scott and they announced who it was, I said, oh, okay, in my mind, because I'm trying to rationalize things. Like the whole Trish Stratus thing, maybe 8 years ago, I'd be upset about that match. And this is bull, I'd be screaming about it, but I'm understanding what they're doing. So with them bringing out a Travis Scott, This is going to get way more views than anything. Plus, you got John Cena turning heel in the same spot. This is like when Triple H or whoever said this is going to be a game changing or um, change worldwide for the wrestling industry. Like it happened. And when Travis Scott comes out, that makes it even bigger because more eyes are on it. I'm getting people. I say this. It seems like every show, like Dave Campbell, one of my buddies who doesn't watch wrestling, go, John Cena wants to be a tough guy now, and I'm like, you watched the Chamber? He said, no, I saw it on TikTok. Everyone knows. So this is kind of genius, but on the same end, like, did Cody say, hey, Travis, hit me as hard as you can, or like whatever, to make it look real? Because you know Cody's a tough guy. He sets himself on fire against Andrade for no reason. Remember that match? Yeah, for no reason. He's a tough guy. He just likes to do like, hey, hit me as hard as you can. You're 120 pounds, bro. You can't hurt me. Well, he ended up hitting him in the right spot, and then he busted his eardrum. So I had no problem with it. Chris, I know you texted me before we even knew he broke his eardrum. You said, this Travis Scott thing just seems out of place. I would read it word for word, but my phone's not around right now.
Yeah, I just didn't like it. Like, I don't mind whenever we had Bad Bunny because, like, he looked like he knew what he was doing. But Travis Scott just looked lost. So they had the whole thing where, wasn't it, correct me if I'm wrong, but wasn't it him that came out like a few weeks ago or a month ago and just like smoked a blunt on television or a pay-per-view?
Oh, yeah, with Jey Uso.
Right? So I felt like this time, what did they do? They had him come out and he starts lighting something up again. I'm like, really? Are we doing this again? And he's like waving it all around. They're like, oh, he's saging the ring. He's saging the. I'm like, I felt like they were trying so hard to make it seem as though that's what he was doing last time. Like they were going too over the top with it. And then just everything in the ring, he just looked like he didn't really know what to do. When they were holding down Cody, Cena was holding down his legs. Travis, he was supposed to hold down his hands, and like he held him down like lightly for like a second. Then he just like got up and like walked away. And I'm like, it's kind of ruining the spot. It's supposed to be two people holding him down so he can't move, and he's getting hit. And I didn't like that. I liked everything about Elimination Chamber minus his involvement because he just seemed like he wasn't sure what he was supposed to be doing.
Stevie Richards put out a great video, or someone did. I think it was Stevie Richards. Just literally like a Tony Romo style freeze frame play-by-play of how Travis Scott messed everything up. Like, you're right, Chris. He was supposed to grab his arms and hold him while he was getting whipped, but instead he grabbed one arm and started pulling his head up. And Cena like literally put Cody's head back down.
Yep.
And then that's when like Travis is like, F this, bro. And he walked away. It's like, well, good. Yeah, walk away. But they're going to continue to do it. It's fine. Just stay away from the talent because this could jeopardize the main event. Your biggest angle in the history of your company. Like, this is crazy. But what a good time. What a good moment. What a great moment. I was excited to see John on Monday. But I think if Cody's eardrum wasn't busted, they would have been there or somebody would have been there. But for some reason, nobody showed up, which was disappointing. But Clutch, did you still enjoy Raw?
I did. I actually thought it was a pretty good Raw, a post-Chamber Raw, because it had a bunch of things. Because it had the CM Punk angle to start off, and he was doing his Punk thing where he's just mad at everybody, screaming, and then goes into a massive brawl with Seth. And I think I know where that's going, because there's a steel cage match next week now with Seth and Punk. So eventually, I think we're gonna get the Tribal Chief involved, and we're gonna get that triple threat eventually. And then, yeah, an actual surprise for the main event. Rhea Ripley lost her title.
Yes.
When everybody thought the match was Bianca and Rhea at WrestleMania. And Io just won the title out of nowhere, and I was genuinely shocked. Pleasantly, because I like Io.
So I thought about you. We are going to circle back to the women's chamber match. I just wanted to casually talk about Raw real quick. We'll get there. We're going to circle back to the women's chamber match. When Io came out, because obviously Bianca won as we all predicted, and then Rhea came out like we all thought she would, and they do the face off. When Io came out, I said, "Oh, Clutch is pretty happy right now," and I said, "Clutch is going to love this triple threat match because that's what's going to happen."
Yeah,
everyone knew that. Everyone knew that as soon as Io Sky came out, because you don't throw in a third wheel unless they're going to be involved. I just didn't know Io Sky was going to win the title and that's her way to get in. Now Rhea has to get back in. I thought it was going to be Io getting screwed somehow, some way, again, and then her complaining so much, and she finally gets in. That's how I thought it was going to happen. But I don't know. We kind of saw a heel turn from Rhea as well. But before we get into all of that, because we're going to talk about Raw, the match itself, Clutch, we had Liv Morgan start off against Naomi. And then for some reason, the referees are just like any other professional wrestler. They hear someone's music. Am I supposed to shut the door? No, they waited like 2 minutes and then let Jade walk right in there. But it was a cool moment. How did you feel about that, Clutch?
Okay, so sometimes I'm okay with the logic being out of wrestling because it makes for a fun moment. Because I think Jade regained a lot of the stock that she lost in the last few months with that because she killed Naomi. And it was like I saw the swerve coming because I was like, yeah, she's not going straight for Liv. They're overplaying it that Liv is scared and whatever. And then she turned straight to Naomi, beat her, and just it added to it how Bianca was like trapped inside a pod and going ballistic. And it was I thought it was a really, really good spot. And yeah, like I said, I think Jade's like stock really did go up,
Yes.
back up
Jade,
because it was at an all-time low before that.
I don't know about all time low. I didn't know people were turning on her that fast. But man, I think that spot was great. I have a little, and I don't know if this has already been said. I'm sure it has. There's 1,000 people that say a lot of things about wrestling. I think Naomi did not do it. I think Bianca did it. Still, this is just a wild card. If this doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. It is what it is. And Jade knew she couldn't get to Bianca because she was in the pod. So let's make her suffer by beating up her the girl who took my spot, the girl she replaced me with. I think in the end, we're going to find out that Jade was just taking it out on Naomi because she couldn't do it to Bianca at the time. And I think that she's going to be the heel because we already talked about the whole Rio. She was kind of like being a little cocky last night or Monday Night Raw. Could Bianca be the real attacker? And she was, Chris, am I making sense here?
Yeah,
This is going to happen, right?
This is a good story.
Nobody cares if Naomi turns heel. Nobody cares if Naomi turns heel. I just want to put that out there. Nobody would care.
Yeah,
we would care if Bianca did.
Yeah, and set up a Bianca and Jade match down the road, SummerSlam time or something. That would be awesome.
Yeah.
But I really liked, I was going to say, I really liked that opening just because, I mean, minus the part of leaving the door open too long. I thought it was a good way to start off the show. And I was wondering going into that, like we say, we predict lots of other things, little things outside of the match itself, the match results. Going into that, I thought Bianca was going to go the distance and be there from the start, from the first bell to the last bell. She was going to be in it. So when they started her off in a pod, I was just like, this just feels confusing right now because I thought they were going to really make her look strong coming out of this, being in it from the very beginning. So then when Jade came out and beat up Naomi and they dragged her out, it made a lot more sense to me then.
No, it did. And then when Bianca came out, she was all emotional. She was the first one out of the pod. So she kind of did go the distance with Liv. Now, Clutch, I'm going to go to you. So on Raw, Bianca said something not interesting. Just they asked her about it. And Bianca's pretty much like brushing it off. I don't want to talk about that tonight. It's about me and Rhea, blah, 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 blah. Triple H is the king of putting subtle things in there. Why wouldn't Bianca want to address it if she wasn't trying to avoid it for some reason? Maybe she's trying to avoid it because she doesn't want people to know certain things yet. Is there a chance that my conspiracy is correct? Or do you think this is the goal? SummerSlam, Naomi, Jade. I don't know if that works.
I think Bianca, because it doesn't make sense how she would be that hysterical in the pod, and then a day later she's fine. She's like, okay, I'm going for the title, haha. So she brushed it off kind of quickly, and I think that is like a seed being planted. I don't think she's going to be revealed as like the true attacker, the true heel, until after WrestleMania, because I don't think it just wouldn't make sense to have Jade or Naomi involved in the whole title match with like Rhea and Io, and then too many moving parts. But I think Jade will have her match with Naomi at WrestleMania, maybe. And after that, we can probably get into like, yeah, it was Bianca, and she just like, I don't know, like maybe she planted the evidence that it was Naomi and made Jade believe that, something like that.
Yeah, possibly. I do think that going back to this triple threat match that we're going to get now with Io Sky and Bianca and Rhea Ripley, we did see Rhea get a little cocky and arrogant. Do you think this is hinting towards her being any part of a heel going into this match? Because Io's not, Jade's not. People are going to cheer Rhea no matter what, Clutch. So we got to root against somebody. Who's going to be the heel going into the match then? Someone has to be.
Um, yeah, I have no idea. Uh, because I would say the Rhea thing where I thought she was just being cocky. She was like, okay, I'm the champion. I'm feeling myself. I'll just call my shot, and I'm gonna win this, and that's it. And then she's still a babyface. But yeah, it's a triple threat with three baby faces. So I have no idea what's gonna happen.
Yeah, I don't either, but I'm down for it because every time I think something like the John Cena thing, there's the DSG label is always in the chat rooting against John Cena. He kept on saying if John Cena wins, we riot, all that stuff. I was with him, man. But now I'm like John Cena was the right choice. So I'm down. What my point is, whatever Triple H has been doing, whatever he's cooking, I'm eating because he's on fire right now. So if they turn Jade heel, or heel Jade, Bianca heel, Rhea heel, Io heel, I'm down for any of that at this moment. Now, Justin said, I am down for a triple threat. He was referring to the one that Clutch presumes is going to happen. Roman, Seth, Phil. I'm assuming you think this is going to be at WrestleMania. Now, clue me in on this. Why is this going to happen? What's it for? Why would Roman even get involved? I need to know all of this. And honestly, I don't know. I have no idea where this is going.
Well, it goes back to what you said about Triple H with the seeds being planted, and they were planted at the Royal Rumble. And with all three of them outside, and then Seth stomped the lights out of Roman. So I could imagine it goes along the lines of Roman's going to come back just for Seth, but Punk isn't going to be happy about it, and then that's how that happens. And I think that's how it might go, or I don't know, maybe something like that. And maybe they're going to do something where the original match is just going to be Roman versus Seth, and then that's where Punk can call in his favor and be like, "Hey, Paul, get me in this match," or something like that, so he can main event WrestleMania in night one. But yeah.
So what if what's going on, Crazy Dolphin? Triple H is definitely cooking. Yes. Yes. Okay, so what if this? Create another crazy idea. Again, me thinking outside the box. Everything I say is wrong lately, so it's fine. The main event is John Cena and Cody. CM Punk's been yapping a lot. I see you since the day John's been back. Since the day CM Punk's been back, I see you, John, calling out John the entire time. He's had his face to face with Cody. What if they have a triple threat match? No, this might not make sense for everyone, but everyone was involved. The triple threat match between Roman, CM Punk, and Seth. The winner makes it a triple threat match to get into the John Cena and Cody match. That'd be for something. You'd have that night one, and the night two they fight. They get into the triple threat match. I mean, or else what are they fighting for? Why? That's the only question. I think every good triple threat match has to have an end goal, something they want, other than I'm just beat up these two guys for no reason. I mean, the reason is hate. I get it.
I thought it's because they can't stand each other.
So they're just gonna be like, hey, let's just beat the shit out of each other for 3 hours. Sorry, Bobby.
3 hours? I don't know about 3 hours, but isn't that the point of a lot of matches? People that don't like each other, they got beef with each other for whatever reason.
I texted you, Chris. That was the best CM Punk, the best promo of the year. CM Punk's already won promo of the year. He said in that promo on Monday night, everyone thinks that I exhausted all of my attempts to get into the main event. He said that. He wouldn't have said that if there wasn't a way for him to get into the main event still.
Yeah.
Now maybe Clutch is thinking the main event is a triple threat match.
Yep.
That's a slap in the face of Jey Uso and Gunther, I would think.
They were never going to main event WrestleMania.
Why not? He won the Royal Rumble. Literally says to main event WrestleMania.
I mean, there's been plenty of times the winner of the Royal Rumble has not main evented, like actually main evented WrestleMania.
People are gonna be so upset if Jay doesn't main event. Don't you think?
I mean, I look at it this way: like, there's President, there's like Kofi Mania was in the middle of the show, and it was fine. Nobody complained. So, like,
I guess. No, you're right. You're right. I mean, I'm just thinking traditionally. And that was the Vince era.
I think that was also the one night era too. A lot of that. When
Yeah.
you're thinking Royal Rumble winner goes on to main event. That was always when there was one
Well,
night. It seemed for sure.
Now that
there
I'm thinking
wasn't
about
two
it in my head
belts.
though, but now that I'm thinking about it in my head though, Chris, the women's Royal Rumble main events. Well, they're not going to main event against on night one. This isn't a Sasha Bianca situation with either matchups. Trish, so they're not. I mean, not Trish. Charlotte and Tiffy and the triple threat match. So those aren't going to main event a match. So I guess Clutch is right on this one. It could possibly happen where Jay and Gunther either start the show, middle of the show, whatever it may be. But man, triple threat match for nothing to end night one for nothing. I don't know, man. It's gonna be a tough sell. Although it's gonna be a killer match.
Yeah.
If that happens,
it's still like three of the biggest names in WWE just against each other. So I think that's enough to get you a main event.
it is. But don't you think they'd have to add a stipulation or something? Something.
You would think so, yeah.
Yeah. If it's gonna, if that is the night one main event match, then I could see them putting something on the line there. Because then just somebody wins and it's just like, okay, the night's over. Time to
Yeah,
go
like
home now.
exactly. Like
You need some excitement leading into night two.
I
So
don't know
if that is the main event, then it definitely should have some sort of stipulation to it.
So they're hyping up this Madison Square Garden show, Monday Night Raw, of course. That's where they're having this cage match. Roman has to show up. Am I wrong, Clutch? Like he's showing up, right? Clutch?
I wouldn't be so sure.
Oh.
I know he's already advertised. Roman's already advertised for a few of the SmackDowns in the European when they start the European leg of it. So maybe he can be a surprise for Raw, but I just think we would have heard it by now from any type of outlet
Right.
or report. So yeah.
So CM Punk has to win this cage match. I'm assuming. No?
Again?
You don't think he's going to go over on Seth?
Because he has 2 up on Seth now, no?
Cody
no.
went
Cena was the one
Cody-
that pinned him in the chamber, wasn't he? Or was it Seth? I mean,
Cena made Punk pass out.
No, but who pinned Seth? That's what I'm trying to
CM Punk.
Okay, so he has 2 up on Seth.
Cody had 3 up on Seth.
I mean, that's the point.
Like
Seth is left getting pinned.
Seth and Drew get beat a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seth and Drew, they're the 2 guys that get beat a lot.
Yeah.
But they can afford it.
Somehow they always can, but man, they're like the upper card. You need a win. Go put them in a program with Seth or Drew, like you said.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the problem with Seth. If we want to get in this discussion, there's always someone who's a higher priority than him. Always. Mm-hmm. When he finally gets a shot to be the world heavyweight champion, we got CM Punk coming back or whatever the case may be. And there's always someone bigger and better. And it sucks because Seth is great. I don't know why. Not that they're holding Seth back because Seth's a Hall of Famer. It's just every time there's a new person or someone needs to go over, it's all right. Like he's Shawn Michaels. I mean, he's not Shawn Michaels, but he is this era Shawn Michaels where he loses a lot, puts on great matches, has great programs,
hangs out at the top of the card, but just not quite the biggest person on the card.
Right. Crazy Dolphin says don't count Drew out for sure. So listen, I'm going to go with Clutch on this because I know he watches SmackDown more than us. Drew has been kind of lost since the whole CM Punk. Not lost as in he's not interested. It's just ever since the Rumble elimination and the whole Damian Priest situation and fans not wanting it. And there's rumors of them changing that. And I'm not sure if they are or not. I feel like Drew's lost a lot of momentum going into this WrestleMania. Wouldn't you say so, Clutch? And that's sad, isn't it?
And he has. He's lost a lot of it. And I don't think they're changing the plan anymore because he got eliminated by Priest in the Rumble, and then he got pinned by Priest at the Chamber, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep, a roll up.
Yeah, on a roll up. So he's just going to be mad at Priest at this point, and that's how they're going to do the match. Hopefully, I mean, Priest has been getting his wins, so he can afford a loss at WrestleMania, and Drew can get his win. And I think that's how they're going to go about it. But yeah, he's been on like the downslide of momentum ever since I guess we can say post CM Punk.
Yeah, post CM Punk, and he's so interesting, such a great heel. And I think it's the move to SmackDown. I think SmackDown's to drag sometimes, most of the times. 3 hours. It's on live TV. It's on Netflix, right? It's just a different vibe. And I think you moved him over there and Damian Priest over there. And no one, not that I'm saying no one's watching, but man, Raw is just such a superior show to me. I don't know if you feel the same way, Clutch, but Raw is just, Chris, I don't know if you feel the same way, but Raw seems like top tier. Now SmackDown feels like the major, not even a B show. It seems like the C show that, and I don't like that. And I don't know why, but I like Priest and I want Priest to go over. I think they need to put Priest over. I know Drew loses a lot, but dude, I like Priest. Maybe I'm wrong. Am I the only one here that likes Priest?
No, I like Priest a lot.
Okay, good.
I don't care too much for him. He's okay, but
Really?
he's not someone I'm regularly rooting for or anything.
See, I want him to be in the main event picture a lot. I think he's great. I think what he does is great. I think his moveset's great. I think his striking ability is good. His promo skills are a lot better than what they used to be. He seems more natural. I'm a big fan of Damian Priest, and I feel like he should. I mean, when he was main eventing with Gunther, people were like upset about it, and I remember going, "Man, me and Bobby really were liking it." I'm sure Clutcher, I'm sure you were into it as well. I don't want to put words in your mouth, but push Priest, man. Drew's fine. He can afford another loss.
I mean,
Metro's
at this point, Metro's.
Hey man, DSG, I knew you were looming around here down in the boiler room making these comments. What do you think about John Cena now, DSG? Or if Cena wins, we riot. What do you think? What do you think now, DSG? Was that the right move? Leave your comments below, people watching later on. Right? Is that what they do? Is that what YouTubers do?
That's You gotta like, subscribe, and comment below.
Yes. LOL, he sucks. What do you think about
At
the
least
bald
he's
spot? Do you think
consistent.
he keeps it there. So what do you think about the bald spot though? Do you think it's gonna stay? Do you think it's so bad?
Ugh,
It's so
Yeah.
bad.
it is.
How could you take this man serious? I mean, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun to see. Do we see him on SmackDown? Do I need to watch SmackDown?
I think Cody's advertised for SmackDown regardless of the injury, because he can still talk. He maybe just can't wrestle.
Right? They were saying like vertigo, or it's gonna affect his balance. Kane wig. I don't know if he's gonna wear a Kane wig. What he can go back to Dr. Thugonomics and put on the. That's a good question. Does he still wear jean shorts? Is he like? Is he gonna change everything? Gimmick,
That's the
attire.
point. You would think you can't have the theme song anymore because it's too babyface, too like upbeat.
So, Dwayne is like a mafia boss now. So I would not be surprised if there's some corny ass Godfather, Goodfellas, whatever mafia movie you want to reference music, like in Dwayne just, bro, you can't do this. Are they not allowed to do this on Netflix or whatever Peacock? They have to do this, or do you think Dwayne doesn't know what any of that means?
I don't know.
I don't know.
It was bad. Between doing this with the ones or whatever it was, and then doing this.
Oh,
I just think he doesn't know what. I just
terrible.
don't think he knows what hand gestures are. They're like he's like I don't know what to do. He's Ricky Bobby. No, no. I am excited for the state of wrestling. Man, was there anything NXT? Anything good? Should I be watching? Is Ricky Saints? Is he doing anything?
I mean, he's been gradually put in there. He was in the tag team match in his first match. He won. Now he's doing backstage things, like kind of showing off his personality. So he's been solid. He hasn't been inserted to like a main picture right now, but they're doing a big show at MSG, like the side, not MSG, but like I guess, the side venue of MSG,
Okay.
and the Hardys are going to wrestle for the
Mhm.
titles against Fraxium. Uh, Julia's going to face Stephanie, which is crazy for anybody that follows NXT. And yeah, like next week's show is big actually. So if you get a chance, watch
I
it.
was I was watching Botchamania today because they released it today, and I saw Obafemi. He's wrestling someone from TNA. Is that
Oh
correct?
yeah, Moose.
Moose, and then he said it was title versus title, and then they said like a few moments later, and it showed Ava going, "It's only for the NXT title or whatever." And it
Yeah,
was pretty funny. So I saw it on Botchamania. That's the only reason I didn't know Obafemi was that massive a man, still to tower over everybody. Man, I don't know what he's gonna. I can't wait to see him on the main roster, even though I haven't seen one match at all.
he's so
So
good. He's
so
so
we
good.
got a new North American champion.
Oh yeah, Sean Spears.
Really,
He won the
Yep.
North American Championship from D'Angelo.
man, AEW is just invading that promotion. They're taking over. Anyone from AEW just straight to the moon over in WWE. Ray Phoenix just got released,
Oh yeah, that's
so
right. I remember texting you about that.
this is easily setting up Pete Dunne and Ludwig Kaiser versus the Lucha Bros, right? At WrestleMania. Like easily. This is the direction they're gonna go.
You would assume so. Like, part of me actually wants to see Penta have a little bit more of an extended run by himself because he's been
Yep.
doing good, and maybe have at least have one title match for the mid card and do that. But yeah, or I don't know what else they can do because they can also hold off Phoenix until like Raw after Mania, and then they can start the Lucha Bros there, and then Penta gets his Mania match. But I don't know how they'll do it, but I think it's interesting. Also interesting to see what they might do with Black. He's eventually probably going to sign with WWE. So
Oh, he's the next member of the Judgment Day.
I mean, they have been teasing an extra member, no?
Yeah, they have, and I think it's gonna be either him or he's gonna be the guy with Chad Gable, which I think that's gonna be not it. I think he's gonna be the next Judgment Day leader. It makes sense for him to do it. It'd be
I
cool to
mean,
see him. Didn't Finn Balor and Malachi Black feud in NXT, Black and
hmm
Gold? So there's some kind of history there. I don't know. I'm just shooting. How else could you get this guy fit in any story? Let him take over a mid card to mid level upper card stable and work with Dominic and get get back into the swing of things. I think that'd be interesting. Maybe I'm crazy on that one, but who else could be the third the next member? Who else could it be? Rhea Ripley, right? She seal again?
You're
yeah,
talking
I
you're
guess
talking about
you never
the
know.
new member that they were hinting on Raw.
Yeah, I mean they've been hitting it for weeks now.
Isn't that just going to be Finn turning into the demon, and that's the new person? The new person?
Oh, that's what it's going to be. Who let the dogs out?
No.
Is that you? Okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
it is.
I don't think they.
My neighbor shut their door, so
Finn Balor's against this new member, so him saying I'm the new member would go against everything he wants. He doesn't want a new member.
he
He just
doesn't
wants
want any.
Finn's
Yeah,
member.
he doesn't want anyone else because he's going to handle it himself when he turns into the demon again, which they keep hinting.
I promise you, it's going to be Alistair Black. Will he be
Yeah,
Alistair or will it be Malachi? We talked about this, right?
it's going to be Alistair.
It can go either way. I mean, we saw Sean Spears. He was Ty Dillinger, right? The perfect 10.
Okay, but
So
I mean, Alistair Black was a bigger name than Ty Dillinger.
I'm trying to think of another name that came back, but I can't really think of one. Like, what do you think's bigger? Oh my god, I can't even think of her name. Ash by Elegance or Dana Brooke?
Ash by Elegance is a mouthful. You just give me Dana Brooke.
I know,
Yeah,
but
Dana
they announced her as Ash by Elegance on NXT according to Justin Toner a couple weeks ago. But they said formerly known as Dana Brooke. So I don't know. It could be tricky. I guess if because she's still in TNA. Naomi went back to Naomi. She's not Trinity Fatu. So I guess it literally can go either way. Either way,
Mhm.
we're talking about something that hasn't even happened yet or might not happen yet. Crazy Dolphin's interested to see if Alexa will join the Wyatt Six. Sure. Are they on TV ever? Are they on SmackDown ever? Clutch?
Bo is out with the injury.
Oh, that sucks. That's unfortunate, but I don't see why they can't have the tag team guys go. It feel like I haven't seen any of those guys do anything. It feels like if one person gets hurt, well, screw it, everyone's out. Which you should be building up some of these tag teams. Josh, what are your thoughts on the last two comments? This one right here. All right, let's read it together. I'm predicting this run as a bad guy for Cena doesn't last that long, maybe about 3 to 4 months or until the end of SummerSlam, which he finishes off as a tweener. You must have listened to Clutch and Chris because that's what they think as well. I think probably the same situation. Anthony also says, what are you guys' predictions on who the person that's helping Chad Gable is? Clutch, who is that?
That old man looks like Hispanic Uncle Howdy from like the side profile, and it was funny as hell. I was laughing at it. So I think it's just a random old man who just gave him a mask, and I don't know how it's gonna like progress. Because at once I thought it was gonna be like Aleister Black, and that's how they're gonna do it, but now it makes no sense. So I have no idea.
I'm going to say this about Chad Gable.
Is it going to be Ray
Made.
Phoenix?
Could be. Ooh. He's the Kane, right? The brother. But he's a lot smaller and not as intimidating.
That's got to be Ray Phoenix.
Pat McAfee just screams that. Oh my God. That's got to be Ray Phoenix.
The classic Michael Cole. Could it be?
Could it be? Oh my, it is. Oh yeah, Chad Gable, American Made. I'm gonna say this, and I don't care what anyone thinks. I really don't. It's dead. It never was. It never will be. You can't keep on beating these people, Ivy Nile and the Gold Diamond Mine, whoever they're called now. You can't beat them week after week and making them look stupid week after week. They're dead. It's a dead group to me. I've lost all faith. He was so hot, and then all of a sudden, he gets shot in the head, and then he resigns. He resigns the deal, and then all of a sudden, like they're like, "Oh, that was a fucking sorry, Bobby, but that was a Vince McMahon move. We're gonna push it to the top, pal. We're gonna push you all the way to the moon, pal. Sign the contract. Back in catering. Get shot in the head on the way out. Like what? Yeah, he has skills, but it's dead. It's that group is dead, man. It really is. Like they make American Alpha look like the goofiest looking guys. I can't take them serious. I just can't. There's this one goofy dude with the Eric Matthews haircut, like parted in the middle, wearing a stupid overall. And then there's a serious athletic guy, and then there's Ivy Niles is awesome, by the way. I think she's great. But if you keep on losing week after week, you're losers. So that's just the way I feel about it. Are they going to redeem themselves, Clutch, or am I just right?
I want to be positive guy and say they're going to redeem themselves, but I think it's dead.
Yeah.
Anthony thinks it's...
Even if they started winning, would you even take them serious, though? Like,
the only
it would have
way,
to be something drastic.
They can be redeemed. I just don't think they will.
Yeah. The only way is if this Lucha guy comes back or whoever is training Chad Gable and, like, gets them all, like, straight. Right? Like, okay, this is stupid, but I don't think it's going to happen because this whole Chad Gable searching for Bandito is like some kind of stupid AEW gimmick. Like, it really is. To me, it's really dumb, but Kurt Angle's awesome. Or Kurt Angle, he's awesome too. Chad Gable's great. Yep. I just wish they'd do more with him.
Yep.
But we're going to get on out of here. We'll leave it at that. There's a lot of stuff to go on to for the WrestleMania season. We have how many weeks away? I think, because they moved it a couple weeks ahead.
Yeah, it's like the 20-something of April.
Man, well, they said, what was it on Raw? They kept saying it was 47 days away at that point. So it put us at 44 now.
Yeah, and it's going to be great. We're going to be here every single week talking about the WrestleMania moments leading up to the big event where we can't afford anymore. Did you guys know prices are more than the Super Bowl sometimes there? Some of the tickets are super expensive. I looked. Single day tickets, not even better pricing. So I wanted to go. I was going to fly out. I'm not even kidding. I was going to fly out and attend night one and then fly back the next day, but not in the cards for me. I'm not a thousandaire. So they're pricing the casual people. Seriously, they're pricing us out.
Are the regular ticket sales that high, or did they all get bought out and it's the resale market?
Both. honestly. I was looking
I
at the
didn't know if they
packages.
just started it too high or if it's
Both.
people.
I would say
Okay.
both because I got floor seats. I didn't know this was a long time ago, and I'm old, but I got floor seats to WrestleMania, the one where John Cena and Shawn Michaels wrestled, and Donald Trump was there and shaved Vince's head. Like I got floor seats, like really close to the ring for $100. I know it's a long time ago. Yeah, I stood in line at the mall when Ticketmaster was at the mall. I stood in line,
Oh well, that
but still though,
that was like
for
2
a
lifetimes ago.
but still though,
You're
still.
standing at FYE buying your tickets.
That's what I did. Clutch, did you know people did that? We had paper tickets.
I'm not that young. I remember paper tickets.
Jeez.
I don't know. Who knows?
Oh,
Who knows these days? We used to have tickets. We used
The
to have paper
FYE
at-
portion though, that could be a thing because I think that died with our generation.
No, FYE's at
sure.
the mall. FYE's at the mall.
No,
Or
buying
maybe
your
it's-
tickets from FYE.
Right, it is. Clutch, have you ever bought a ticket from a store?
I have. Yeah.
See?
Funny enough.
There you go, Chris. There you go. See, he's a man of the people just like us. We stand in line just,
Just-
like everyone else does.
Listen,
Now,
Mike, I thought we only just barely had to experience that for us. I know Clutch is a
Yeah.
little bit younger, so I figured by his time it was long done by then.
thing in the past. But no, I wish it was still a thing because these Ticketmaster prices are crazy. And we're going to get on it before I go on a huge rant. But we'll be back next week. Like I said, Chris, thank you so much for being here. Clutch, I know it's late where you are. Thank you so much. Thank you to DSG, Anthony, Crazy Dolphin, Justin Toner. If I missed anyone, I am sorry, but we'll be back. Peace out, guys.